too many times I've just been too afraid to start down a new path. I think, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? Or for me, the biggest fear, hands down, what will other people think about me?
I better just start. The same way that I feel overwhelmed by making this video, this first video, you might also be feeling when you start anything new. And whether that be you want to start eating healthier, whether you want to start living a more active life, or whether you want to jump on a new thing and start working out, or you want to improve your public speaking, so you're going out to Toastmaster meeting, you want to give speeches, whatever it is that you're doing new, whatever that is, there will be pushback. And this pushback is whenever you start something from scratch, from new, that it's unfamiliar to you, you come out of your comfort zone and there's always something that pushes it back together. I wanted to illustrate this with this rubber band. The rubber band is a very peculiar piece of equipment here. When you tense the rubber band trying to move it forward, there is an automatic force pulling it back to where it's supposed to be. So let's say we are this rubber band, we are this piece right here. Right now, we try a new way of living. We want to improve our diets. We try something completely new, like we start a YouTube channel and we want to make videos. We have no clue how to do anything. Boom. There is that pushback, and that's mostly, if not 100%, mental, especially at the start. Now, what would happen if you keep doing it, right? If you keep doing it, you do it, it pushes you back to where you were. You do it, it pushes you back to where you were. You do it, but then you actually find a way to not actually keep pushing here, but you find a way to bring your whole self, your whole sense of identity forward. You were here, and now you're here. Now let's take another example with another thing that we have in our house, a thermostat. Right now, the thermostat is set to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. What happens is when the temperature in the apartment gets above 75, let's say 76, the air conditioner is gonna kick in, the air is gonna turn on, and it's gonna cool back down to 75. And it's that same concept with the rubber band. When we are basically thermostats, our identity are thermostats. We're at 75 degrees, something happens where we start getting traction, we start, heating up, things start to get good. 76 degrees, 77 degrees, 78, but your sense of identity is at 75, your thermostat's gonna turn on and it's gonna cool you back down to where you actually believe that you are. Now, the same happens is maybe you are always gonna eat greens with your meals, or you are the type of person that wakes up early and you like doing that, and you're gonna work out in the morning, right? It's not good or bad, right or wrong, but you're just that type of person. Now, what happens is if you start missing a couple days in a row and you don't do that, your sense of identity is gonna tell you you're at 75 degrees, you're at 74, 73, you're cooling down. The aircon's gonna turn back up and it's gonna shoot you and it's gonna be like, yo, wake up. Literally, wake up in the morning. And you're gonna bring yourself back to where you believe you should be. And this is what happens with our identity. When we start something new, we are at a certain temperature. We are at a certain tension in space, like that rubber band. If you want to start to cook, if you want to start to make videos, this is why things start to feel overwhelming at first. But as you do it, as you put in, the hours in trying to make videos, shitty videos, probably like this one, that are not really well edited, that are not really well scripted. It's actually not even scripted, but this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to feel, that sense of freedom in actually doing this new thing, and this freedom in not judging myself, and understanding that starting something new is always going to have a certain pushback by your identity. People are going to say, oh, who do you think you are now eating healthier? Who do you think you are now making this different meal? Who do you think you are now cooking in the kitchen? You never did that. Who do you think you are now talking to a camera, right? There will always be pushback. Now, from what I've been seeing and from my own personal experience, which is hard for me to put it into the concept of YouTube, of posting things, right? Getting the repetition, getting the movement, putting it together, doing it over and over again, and bringing that sense of identity and shifting it, turning the thermostat up 80 degrees, shifting your rubber band forward. That is the goal. But to do that, we have to face that initial pushback and keep pushing forward. Imagine you look back 10 years from now. You look back and you realize, shit, if I had started it, if I had done something back then, if I had posted a video, if I had started to change the way that I was eating, to change my level of activity throughout the week, throughout the day, 10 years from now. Imagine making this shift now and looking back and realizing, shit, look at everything that I could have done and look where I am today. And this is something that I personally do not want to look back and see and regret the fact that I'm not making this video, regret the fact that I'm not cooking more myself, regret the fact that I'm being complacent and falling into the trap of just everything is good, right? And this is not to say that I want to be grateful. I am grateful for everything that is right now that is happening, but gratitude with the sense of growth and the desire to do something new, which I know that many of us have, but like me right now, trying to make this video and trying to just post more things, start this journey to look back 10, 15, 20, 40 years from now, and look back and just be grateful to take a look at this exact video, and maybe with tears in my eyes probably, and realize like, fuck, thank you. Thank you for saying yes to yourself, for saying yes to something that you wanted to do, regardless of this pushback that you had been feeling, regardless of the talk in your head. Because honestly, you walk around the streets and you do some random stuff, people might think it's weird at that time or that moment. 5 minutes later, they would have forgotten everything that happened. So why not start? Why not bet on it? So my call is, let's start simple. So I want to tell you something that I've been doing to help me to keep pushing and to keep being consistent as I start this journey. It is grabbing a piece of paper, whether it's in a notebook, put down on the paper, why is this thing that you want to do a must for you? Why? What's the purpose behind? What's the reason why you want to do it? And write that down. The second thing that I'm trying to implement is minimize difficult decisions to be made, or in other words, lower the barrier for whatever it is that you're doing. If you're thinking about changing your daily activity, right? You want to start to go on a run, or you want to start to go to the gym, you want to start to cook, you want to start to change your diet or the way that you're eating, or you want to start making videos. What is that next step? What is the simple thing that you can do? Whether it be pull out a camera and just record, because I've been overthinking this. I kid you not, I've been overthinking this for months and months and months, and thinking that I have to be good at Final Cut Pro and being able to edit things really well, where in fact, the thing that I want the most is to just feel this initial freedom, to be able to do this, to be able to not judge myself with regards to what I'm putting out, right? So what's that thing that you can do now? What's that thing that you can just say, okay, there's not gonna be a major decision here. I'm literally gonna go in the kitchen, I'm gonna grab a piece of food, steak, rice, fish, tofu, whatever it is, and I'm gonna cook it. I don't care how it is. You might burn it, something might happen, but you're gonna do it. Minimize that initial hump, that initial mountain that you think that you have to overcome. Whether that it literally just exists in your mind. So for me, it's doing this. It's making this exact video. And I'm literally going through that in my mind right now. If you need anyone's permission to start, let this video be exactly that. And let this come from a guy who's in that same position as you right now. The only person that you need permission from is yourself. So give yourself that shot to actually do it. And remember to first understand, why do you want to do it, right? Because if it's something that you really want to stick to, or you might not even know if that's something that you want to stick to in the long run, but it's killing you that you're not able to do it, that you're not starting. So just start. Now I would love to know, are you going through anything like this right now? Or have you experienced any of this before in your life? If so, I would love to know. I would love to interact. Leave a comment, and I want to challenge you to actually take that next step, to lower that barrier, to write down the reason why it is that you want to do that thing, and to actually just start and just do something, to just film that video, cook that meal, go out, put your shoes on, go on a run, go out barefoot, just go and do it. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it takes. I challenge you, and I challenge you to embark on this journey, and I invite you to embark on this journey with me. So if you like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.